Breaking out of Hollis Hall right now, the Bears are not waiting for the season to decide itself. Phones are hot, calendars marked, and a very specific fix for the secondaries being explored with urgency that says one thing: January is the standard. Not a dream. The defense has been stressed. And you can feel it in the way game plans bend. It's not panic. It's awareness. Explosive plays travel in this league, and when you're thin on the outside, everybody feels it. Pass rush, linebacker fits, even the offense, because possessions get shorter. Chicago is acting like a team that knows the window is open and wants to keep it that way. Here's where we're going today: the profile of the corner Chicago covets, why his traits line up with what this scheme asks for, what a realistic price looks like before the early November trade deadline, how the cap and contract math would work, who'd shift roles on the depth chart, and what it all means for the stretch that decides seeding. No spoilers yet. You'll get the full name when it's the right time. Welcome back to Bears News Fan Report. If you ride with this team like we do, tap subscribe, ring the bell, and drop a like so more Chicago fans catch this while it actually matters. This community is where the rumor mill gets sorted, the tape gets respected, and the city's heartbeat meets football reality. Context first. The secondary has been walking a tightrope, snap counts piling up on the boundary, hamstring management in the slot, and far too many snaps where leverage survives but doesn't punish. When a defense is built on taking the ball away and squeezing throwing windows, being a step slow on the edge turns threes into sevens and routine digs into explosives. The staff knows it, the locker room feels it, and the schedule will expose it if it isn't addressed. Depth tells the story. Jalen remains your alpha technician, patient feet, eyes like a veteran DB coach. Kyler's versatility is gold when healthy. Tyreek's length and competitiveness translate, but asking him to be an island every week is a tax. The rotation has given good stretches, yet the margin is thin. You need someone who can choke the go ball without safety help and live comfortable in press. When the front shows a five-man picture dot scheme match matters. This staff wants corners who can play with length and patience, deny access with their hands, then flip and run without panic. Pattern match rules ask a lot. Stay square on the release. Feel the in-breaker, top the route, finish at the catch point. Add in a single high world on money downs. And speed isn't optional. It's the ticket to the party. The market is alive earlier than usual. Teams with playoff intentions are already probing prices. Chicago has picks, cap space, and a reputation for straightforward negotiating. You're not shopping in the superstar aisle. You're looking at the rare profile where athletic upside, contract timing, and team context create a lane. Think swing with a ceiling, not mortgage the future for a name. Now, the player archetype on the board, an outlier athlete with skyscraper length, verified blazer speed, and a ball hawk resume that isn't a YouTube myth. As a rookie, he looked like lightning in a bottle hands on the football. Disruption on throws outside the numbers, and the kind of recovery speed that erases coordinator mistakes. Since then, the tape has been streaky technique wobbles, penalties here and there, but the traits? Untouched. That's why smart teams keep asking. Here's the headline you came for. Chicago has reached out to Seattle to gauge the temperature on Tariq Woolen. Exploratory contact is not a blockbuster announcement. It's the sober first move, measure availability, understand expectation, map the costs. The logic is simple. Seattle's corner room is crowded with premium assets. Woolen is extension eligible, and his snap share has fluctuated. For Chicago, he's a clean scheme fit. Length to press, turbo to stay on top, ball skills to tilt possessions. An actual negotiation would depend on how Seattle values him in their timeline. What would it cost? Not a king's ransom, this isn't the certain sauce bracket. You're probably talking a day 2 pick with conditions, or a day 3 pick package with an incentive escalator, depending on health checks and how heated the bidding gets. Chicago can afford the final year of his rookie number and would have the option to negotiate an extension with outs. Structurally, you'd front-load guarantees across an early window. Keep year 3 flexible and align it with the broader defensive core's maturation curve. On the field, the fit is clean. Jalen stays the technician who erases root stems with footwork and film study. Woolen becomes the lid press to vertical, take away the outside shoulder, force quarterbacks inside to help. That lets Kyler play more on schedule in the slot, where his short area quicks and blitz timing pop. It also saves the post safety from living in late snap hero mode. Add one corner who kills the 9 ball, and the pass rush gets that half second that separates pressures from sacks. Risks are real, and we should be adults about them. Woolen's technique can drift false steps at the line, wait on his heels, grabby hands. Tackling isn't his superpower. He'll need coachable buy-in to clean transitions and finish through the catch point more consistently. You're betting on development and stability length plus speed plus ball skills over week-to-week grading noise. That's where Chicago's staff has to earn it. Timing matters. The earlier you act, the faster your coverage rules gel before the schedule tightens. The later you wait, the more leverage shifts and the more your defense absorbs unnecessary mileage. If there's a lane to get this done at a sane price, the call becomes a conversation, becomes a framework in a matter of days, not weeks. Chicago is treating it with the urgency it deserves, which is why the outreach happened. There's also the locker room component. A move like this says to veterans, we see the same tape you see, and we're matching your standard. It calms the sideline, clarifies roles, and lets the front end rush with conviction because the ball has to hold an extra heartbeat. That's cultural equity. Hollis Hall has been preaching it. A move like this is how you cash the words. If the price spikes, there are fallback pass veteran rentals, elevated practice squad snaps, sub-package tweaks that protect the boundary. They're responsible plans, but none of them duplicate what a unicorn athlete does to an offensive coordinator's call sheet. You add that kind of ceiling, and a whole section of the root tree becomes low percentage noise. I want to hear from you. If the ask is, say, a conditional third that can climb to a second based on snaps and team results, do you greenlight it? Would you rather push those assets into a pass rusher? Do you trust the staff to hard coach technique and turn the flashes back into consistent Sundays? Drop your take below price point, roll, and how you see the ripple effect on the pass rush. This channel is better when your voice is in it. My view, and this is my opinion, not a report, is that making the call on Tariq Woolen is the right kind of aggression for a team that wants to win in January. The upside fits the scheme, the price should be sane, and the room would feel the boost. But it remains a speculation until pen meets paper, and could stay that way if the market jumps.